The last frame. It was supposed to be a simple camping trip. A group of friends, Jason, Emily, Sarah, and Mark, decided to document their weekend getaway in the dense, forgotten woods of Bear Ridge. The plan was to film a fun, light-hearted documentary about haunted places, and Bear Ridge, infamous for strange disappearances, seemed like a perfect place to start. The footage began innocently enough. Jason, holding the camera, introduced the group and gave the viewers a tour of the campfire site. Emily joked about the eerie reputation of the woods, while Sarah made snarky comments about the ghost stories they'd read online. Mark, the skeptic, laughed it off, claiming it was all just superstition, nothing out of the ordinary, just friends having fun. As the day wore on, they explored deeper into the forest, filming old, crumbling ruins of cabins that had long been abandoned. The camera caught odd details, strange symbols carved into tree bark, twisted roots that looked almost human-like, and the unsettling quiet of the forest. Yet, they laughed it off as nature's quirks. By nightfall, however, the atmosphere began to change. The once distant rustling of leaves seemed closer. A strange buzzing sound echoed from the trees. Jason's camera shook slightly as if responding to an unseen force. They gathered around the fire, but a palpable unease had settled in the group. "We're probably just being paranoid," Mark said, his voice betraying his own discomfort as he noticed shadows moving in the corners of the frame. But then, the camera caught something in the background, something that shouldn't have been there. A figure, standing still in the woods, watching them. The group turned, and when they looked back, the figure was gone. Emily was the first to suggest they pack up and leave, but Jason, always eager to get more footage, insisted they stay. As they returned to the ruins the next morning, the air grew heavier, colder. The forest seemed to close in on them, the trees far more imposing than they'd seemed the day before. The camera panned over the crumbled ruins, capturing every unsettling detail. But then something happened, something unexplainable. Jason's camera began to malfunction. The lens flickered, showing distorted images of the woods. And in the flickering, they saw flashes of faces, pale, gaunt, with hollow eyes emerging from the trees. Sarah screamed, but Mark insisted they were just tricks of the light. But when they finally returned to their camp, the footage on the camera had changed. The last frame, the last piece of recorded evidence showed Jason standing alone at the edge of the forest, staring blankly at the camera with eyes wide in terror. Behind him, the shadowy figures they had glimpsed earlier emerged, their forms stretching unnaturally tall, distorted as if they were not entirely human. Jason's mouth opened in a silent scream,